Happy New Year, happy 2024. I cannot believe that I am saying that. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Morgan. I'm a second year medical student in New York. If you are already a subscriber to this channel, thank you so much for being a part of this journey. If you want to learn more about my medical journey, pre-med tips, everything like that, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos. Today's gonna be a little bit different. Once again, we are, jumping into the new year, 2024, and I think something that's always important is to reflect on the prior year. What did you learn from the year? What would you want to change? If you set any goals, how did you do on those goals? What goals do you want to move into the new year? So I did that for 2023, and make sure to check out that video. Last year I set 9 goals, made my vision board. It was great. I hit 6 of those goals, but this year we are ready to dive into it. I thought 2023 was a good year overall, and so I'm not like totally revamping my life. But I think it's always important still just to set those goals. I've tried to be more specific with my goals, and once again, I am going to put my goals on my lock screen for my phone, so that way every time I look at my phone, I will be able to see those, and they will just be a constant reminder of what I have set out to do and what I hope to accomplish for the new year. What I decided to do this year was write out my goals first and then make my vision board. And I made my goals into 3 categories. Of course, I have to make like everything super cute. I did all of this on Canva. So for health, I had 4 goals. So the first one was I will consistently commit to 60 minutes of exercise weekly. Last year, my goal is I want to start exercising. That's very vague, very broad. Like, okay, you did exercise like one day during all of 2023, but like, does that count as meeting your goal? And so this one, I want to say weekly, I want to commit to 60 minutes of exercise. Like, I know the goal is 150 minutes of exercise. Trust me, like, I'm a medical student. I'm aware of these things. However, I'm someone that like doesn't exercise all the time, and I'm also someone that I think that if I make unrealistic goals, I'll just never start. And so I just want to start with 60 minutes. Just start simple. That's like 2 days where I do 30 minutes, 3 days of 20 minutes, or just 3 days of little 10-minute spurts. So I'm excited for this one. My sister just got a walking pad. I feel like my apartment in New York is too small for that, but I'm so excited for her. And we're gonna like sync our Apple Watches so that way we can kind of like know when each other is working out and different things and kind of like be motivated. We have a trip planned like mid-year, and I'm hoping I will have to get all new swimsuits for that. I don't know, that might be like unrealistic goal, but anyways, I'm super excited for that goal, and hoping that this year, with it being more specific, I will be able to achieve it. The next health goal, I will continue therapy at least once per month. Like I said, I'm not totally revamping my goals. So last year, one of my goals was I will commit to consistent therapy, and that was because I was just starting therapy. And now that I've sat with my therapist, I know that with clerkships, I'm not going to be able to keep up with my every other week like as much as I want to. It's just not realistic all the time, and so I'm going to make sure that it's a priority for me to be able to do therapy at least once per month, and just like be aware and work that into my schedule. Next one, I will make attending church a priority. It took me like over a year to go to church in person in New York. I'm someone that like, I don't think that your relationship with God has to be tied to a place or like a church, but I like would often watch sermons online, but I also do understand like the value in having a church home, and also like worshiping and being able to, like praise God together with other people rather than like it being just you all of the time. I do have a church that I go to in New York. It's like an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour via public transport from where I'm at. So it is not the most convenient. I'm going to explore some other options because I'm not like 100% committed to this church, and then regardless whether it is that church that I'm going to now or a different one, I want to make it a priority, and my goal is again once a month. But I also know that like I'm a clerkship student, and so sometimes that might be, like I said, watching a sermon online, that kind of thing, but I just want to like have it be something that I see every day. So I'm just reminded of that. My last goal for like the health pillar or health category is I will continue to focus on self-love. So that was another goal that I had from last year, and I just want to continue making that a priority, to put me first and falling in love with who I am and not tying that to my achievements or relationships or anything else. So I'm excited for those 4 goals. In terms of career goals, so this is mostly like medical school and also Melanin and Med, my business. So I will release my printed planner line. So I don't know if you guys saw, let me grab it actually. I released the pre-med planner journal digitally in 2022, and I have been working for about a year and a half on the printed planner line. It's so much trying to find a manufacturer and figure out how it will ship it out. And also like once you print something, it's like if I make an issue with the digital one, I could just easily like resend it to everybody. But so like proofreading and doing all of that, and then just like making sure it's the quality that I want for you guys. So, and also like with medical school, I got busy with step 1 and like clerkship year, and so it kind of was pushed to the back burner. However, I have ordered samples for paper stock and different cover options, and I'm so excited. I have all of the digital designs like fully ready to go. So once I get in the samples, I will be able to like upload it and get it printed for you guys. Already have someone lined up that's going to do product shots, and there'll be like a whole nother video on me like releasing it and showing you guys how it works and everything. But I am so excited to have this out to you guys by 2024. My goal would honestly be in the first quarter, so by the end of March, but I'm just putting it overall in my goals because I'm human, life happens, and yeah. Okay, the next one, my Melanin and Med revenue will increase by 15%. So last year I set a number goal, and my goal was $15,000. I doubled that, over doubled it. And so this year my goal is just to increase by 15%. I was talking to my tax advisor, and he says that's like a good goal for businesses. And yeah, I'm so excited. I really just want to kind of, you know, branch out a little bit more. So, you know, medicine is always going to be kind of like the forefront because of course, like my business name and my Instagram name and all of my platforms is Melanin and Med, and that's who I am. I'm a Black woman in medicine. However, I think you guys probably already seen that faith is important to me because I share a prayer request as a Q&A box on Instagram every Sunday or most Sundays for you guys. And then also I started to share my meal preps once I started clerkship. So, you know, really just branching out into like the faith space and also the food space as well, while also not forgetting about my roots of medicine. But I am hoping to, you know, continue to partner with brands that I love, work with new brands, and just see what all is in store. I have a lot of things in my brain, so hoping I just have enough time to make them happen, but I am looking forward to it all. The last thing for career is I will have a first author publication. I am really excited about this. I did not know like how much work goes into doing research, doing poster presentations, oral presentations, publications in journals and different things like that. So I did a summer research program with my medical school and the NIH the summer between my first and second year. And so I am just kind of like continuing to work on that project behind the scenes. I have submitted an abstract to present at a conference that I'm going to in 2024. And then I am also working with my research mentor to hopefully submit a manuscript. So it's a super long process, but I'm also working with like another one of my mentors to get some other papers out. So hopefully I will have a first author publication, and that is on my goal, and I'm gonna kind of like make that a priority and, you know, do what needs to be done and kind of like take ownership of the manuscript and things like that. So we will see. And trust me, make sure you're following me on Instagram because as soon as I have one, you guys will know. Hobbies. So this is just kind of like everything that didn't like fall into the category of like health or career. So I will read 12 books. Make sure you guys are connected with me on Goodreads. I had a Goodreads 2023 goal of 10 books, and I read all 10 books. 9 of them were Colleen Hoover, one was not. But I'm so excited to hopefully like make it a goal. I kind of like binge read when I'm on breaks, but I would hope to kind of like spread it out more this year and like read a book a month. You know, like med school does not have to consume me, and I don't want it to consume me, so yes. And I love reading, it just makes me so happy. I will learn how to play one simple song on the piano. I don't know what song it's gonna be, but I want to do it. I've always been interested in playing the piano. We had lessons like offered at my church growing up that I never did because it was so busy, but I played the viola in elementary school, middle school, and a little bit of high school, and then I kind of just stopped. And so I know how to read bass clef, not treble clef, but I'm gonna learn how to read treble clef, and I'm also gonna learn how to play the piano. I also did like a little bit of piano lessons, like maybe 5 in my whole life, but it's just something that like I've always been interested in. So right now I know how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, and like whenever I have like free time, my cousins have a piano at their house, so like when I stayed with them for a summer, like I would play around, I would learn little things. So I've always just kind of been interested in music, and I'm not like musically talented at all. I also had a ukulele for a little bit, but I'm gonna like, you don't have to be able to sing or like know things to play the piano, so I'm gonna find a good video, like a YouTube playlist, and I'm gonna learn how to play the piano because I have access to a piano now. So okay, I will travel through new places. No idea where. I have some trips planned this year, but all of my trips that I have planned right now are to places that I've already been before, so I'm gonna have to add some new things. I think, like right now, I think I want to do a solo trip, like an easy solo trip, like by train, from New York City, just because like I just think it's something that should happen, and I've always wanted to go to Boston, so maybe that will be on my list. Also, it's so easy to travel from New York doing like bus or train, so it's on my list. I don't know where I'm gonna go, but if you have recommendations for where you would recommend doing a solo trip in the US, considering I'm in New York, let me know. Or also any like fun international trips, you never know, I'm always down for a little vibe, and I can plan a little trip real quick. So next one, I will improve my Spanish conversational and comprehension skills. This is another goal that I feel like last year in 2023, my goal was I will improve my Spanish, and that's like very generic. And so I was like, I want to focus on Spanish conversational, so like me talking to people, and then comprehension, like people talking back to me and me understanding that. And I get a lot of exposure at the hospital that I work at, Bellevue in New York City, because like over 50% of the patient population does not speak English. There are a lot of other languages aside from Spanish, but Spanish is a huge one. And just in New York in general, not even like when I'm in the hospital, and in medical school. So I was using the Pimsleur app last year, and I really did enjoy it. It is a little like piece of chunk change, so we're gonna see if I'm gonna do that, or if I want to do something more like Babbel, but I also know there's a lot of like medical Spanish specific apps and resources. Maybe not apps, but like resources out there. So we will see what I decide to use for that. But I'm so excited, and I will definitely keep you guys updated. In terms of my hobbies, I think I'm gonna start a subscription option on Instagram, so you guys can see. I kind of have a couple of goals that I want to do with a subscription. So things like book reviews, so all my books that I'm reading, because people have wanted to know a lot about that, you know, keeping up with my Spanish and piano and the progress that I'm making with that. But then also like monthly live Q&As with you guys, party message responses, extra entries for giveaways, and then behind the scenes of content creation and ideas for those who want to get involved with more content creation. So that is my goal. I'm probably gonna like do that option. I think it's like $2.99 a month when I open it up. So make sure that you are following me on Instagram and you have story notifications turned on so you don't miss out on that. Did a lot of playing around with Canva, and I usually like to use a template. I love Canva because there are so many good templates. Like the humans out there that make these templates, like I just appreciate you so much. This year I was just like, you know what, like I just want it to be like fully me, and so let's just start with a blank page, some color in the background, and let's put it all together. And so that's what I did, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. So it's 2024 vision board, and as you can see, kind of like moving left to right, up to down, I just wanted to have like Bible verse, or you know, related, the favor of God surrounds me. That kind of comes from like a couple of different Bible verses, but I think it's a nice reminder, like, you know, I like, I am that girl. Like, God put me on earth to be, God put me on earth for a reason, and I feel like He is giving me all of the resources to make things happen, whether that is in my relationships, whether that's in medical school, whether that's in content creation, like every aspect of life. So just remembering, I think that's just like a nice, like motivational, but also spiritually related quote. And of course, have the cross just for my goal of going to church. Have a person exercising, that's for my goal of wanting to get 60 minutes of exercise per week. I have my book here for hitting my 12 books. I got 2 when they were on sale, buy one get one 50% off at Barnes and Nobles, and then I got 2 for Christmas. So I already have 4 books, and then plus like 6 from last year. So like I don't even think I need to buy any more books. I just need to actually read them. And then I put therapy on there, and then I put McManus et al. Because that represents like wanting to get the first author publication, because like when you have like 10 authors on a paper, like when you have 10 authors on a paper, of course you will just say like, oh, the first author last name et al. When you're like putting it in bibliography or whatever it's called. Anyways, I have like a little picture of a planner to represent my print and planner line, picture of Hablas Español to represent working on my Spanish conversational and comprehension skills. I got a little passport photo, and then I also found this like cute little plane to represent travel. The hearts are just because they're super cute. And then I have my Meldon and Med. Y'all, my dogs bark so loud anytime they hear anything. We're just a moment for the dogs. And then I have my logo that represents hoping to increase my sales by 15%, and then the piano, of course, and then I really just wanted another like quote. It always seems impossible until it's done. Like, looking at my goals, it's crazy to think that also this year, I'm gonna be doing all of the rest of my rotation, so psychiatry, neurology, internal medicine, OB-GYN, pediatrics. I'm also going to be taking step 2. I'm going to be planning for aways and electives and preceptorships and figuring out exactly what specialty I want to apply to residency to, on top of all these other goals that I've set. So if you look at it like that, like, it kind of feels impossible, and it's kind of like, what the heck? But then I just look back on 2023 and like everything I accomplished there, while also, being in my first year of medical school, while taking step 1, doing all these other things. And so I think this is just like a nice little quote, like, girl, you got this. Don't worry about it at all. So now that we have that set, we are going to do exactly what we did for last year. I'm going to download those, put them on my lock screen, and that is it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Drop a comment if you want me to make this template shareable for you guys on Canva to test out, play around with. If you made a vision board for 2024, I would love to see it, or also just hear what your goals were, so make sure to drop a comment as well. And I'm so excited to see what's in store for us for 2024. Make sure you guys take care and have a happy new year.